Welcome to the next installment of the Wednesday tournament. Today we are 12 people, so we will have a double elimination. And we'll play with a little bit of a different camera and see how it will goes. First, I will shuffle the bucket and we'll see which one will be the first fight. I shuffle 3 times, as always. And the first fight will be Venator versus Insigni. So let's see how this will go. If you have recommendations or preferences on how the camera will be, just type it in the competitive talk. And also for the first round, we will have the little corner cam on, but if everything goes well, we'll turn them off starting with round 2. As a small reminder, it's best of 3 in the upper bracket. And when we come to the lower bracket, it will be best of 1. 7 flags, everything normal. Venta is here. Let's see if Insignia is also here. Sometimes happens that Insignia needs a little more time out there at the start of the tournament, which is fine. But let's wait 1 more minute and see. If he's not here, we will skip the fight for now, as it seems like it. And we will go to the second fight, which is Greyjaw versus Sava. Sava should definitely be here, and Greyjaw is also online, so both participants should be here for this fight. Alright. First one here, Greyjaw just needs to quickly log in Parsec. We'll see how fixed it will go. Here he is. Everything seemed to work fine. So let's start with the first fight. Everything else is normal. As I said, Greyjaw on the left. Greyjaw on the left, Sava on the right. Sava going within it. Greyjaw goes not double, but yes, with my Wii. So there's a little bit different camera perspective. If I'm not playing, I can show a little bit around of it. And obviously it will be more static when I'm playing. And here, nice step. Then is sometimes having problems with the step. Let's see if I was able to adapt on it. Both getting familiar with the new perspective. And the jump in, both get hit. Then it's being poked from Marie, but able to close the distance. The slash was not enough, and 1-1. Now then circling, getting close, getting a punch in, and able to close the gap of Marie. Greyjaw unable to punish him for it, and now 2-1. Here, using the quick stab at this perfect distance, it's a one-hit kill as Marie is aiming at the right spot, and the jump in gets rewarded. Then this little jump, something that goes sometimes even through outer guard, and was enough distance here. So now, as always, Dennis trying to close the distance, and a nice triangle when Greyjaw gets him his third flag. The thing why this map was chosen, because there's a lot of maps who has problem if you zoom out. The maps with a more modern look have a roof that's really close, and the normal things like the void map without the normal perspective. Nice jump in here again. Out the normal perspective, the light looks really strange. So this one, having okay graphics for the ground, good lighting, and again the jump in. Moment Sava playing more of the side movement. We're just trying to make the fight in the center. You try it again, but getting blade beat. Just jump in. If it hits, it's nice, but it sometimes, not sometimes, it has a really long recovery. Trying with the B steps, but can't hit it. And Sava now with his first match point. Triangle hits, but not enough. And try to jump in again, but the dash gets called out. And another flag for Greyjaw. You try with the slash to bait him in, but the stab doesn't land. In the first round goes to Sava. Or Sava goes. Change side, Sava goes now on the left side, Greyjaw on the right. You said Greyjaw, this tournament we tried. You have the normal camera on the bottom left. If you want to use it, and with the others we will use this more over the head camera to just to see a new perspective on the game. With this picture it will zoom a little bit more in, then it should be better. Let's see how this will work. As I said, if you have recommendations for the perspective, you can change that, but we will use a new one. For this indeed. So now change to Yendrick. More of a swinger type, but Alex or Dennis able to close in. Dennis basically negating, Yendrick basically negating the reliance on the auto guard, but having a bad auto guard himself. Try to get it here, but swings over the arm. Tries with his long swings. But now, getting close, but the axe lands on Dennis' shoulder. And the kill goes to Yendrick. Tried to jump in, and it worked. Again, trying to catch the airman. Jump in of Yendrick, and he gets a kill here. The damage of Dennis wasn't enough. It's a 2-2 now. And this time the axe lands at the end, but wasn't enough now for Yendrick's damage. Alex takes the kill. Tried to jump in, but doesn't land, but not able to punish this time. Yendrick moves into the range of Dennis and he gets a kill. Lands with the axe, but not the axe head. With just a stun, no damage taken. Try it again, and it ends in a double. A little bit of luck here now on Greyjaw's side, but try again to go in a little bit too aggressive here. And Sava now with a lead. Try to jump in, but you can't find the range. Now with a nice combo, the axe finally lands with the head, getting him the kill. Yeah, and Sava now being cautious, trying to punish when Greyjaws goes in aggressively, but have to be careful. But here, it would have landed, but the cut from Dennis lands first, taking the power of the swing. Again here, try to punish the whiff, but unable. And now the jump in was enough. And Savagos takes the first round of the tournament. Again, as we had not a lot of people, it will be double elimination, so Greyjaws is not out of it. We see him later in the lower bracket. So the next fight will be Clemeno versus Kazu. And it will be Clemeno on the left side. See if both of them are here. So is there a little bit discussion about it? Kazu here. Obviously the camera is not as good as with just a standard camera, but as always Wednesday it's something new. Some people will dislike it. I expect more people than not will dislike it, but just to see what happens when you change something. Clemeno also here. Oh wait. Kazu only can play on left, so it's fine. Not the only person who has a problem. Both of them use a keyboard. So for this fight, Clemeno will just stay on the right side, it's not that big of a deal. And Kazu will be on the left side for all the fights. Again, Kazu on left, Clemeno on the right. Let's see if everything is working. Kazu able to pick. Oh wait, I forgot it. Here you go. Clemeno going with Samuel. Let's see what Kazu will pick here. Oh wait, we can move. I just will quickly reset and look if it works now. Yeah, we can just again. Now everything seems to work, and it will be a sand mirror match. Kazu going with the red sand, Clemeno with the more normal. Let's see, Kazu, newer player here. Or I think one of his first tournaments. And Clemeno played some, not the most experienced in this group, but now playing for some months even, I think. Getting into it. And getting the first kill here, but let's see how Kazu will perform. Newer players can be really tricky sometimes. The Sam mirror. An interesting one, Sam being one of the more balanced characters in all aspects. Having good sidestep, having good stabs, having good slashes. At the moment, Clemeno playing the riposte game, knowing his attacks well. And here double again. Kazu trying to go for the leg swipe. Both get the kill. Now a little bit of a feint. Gets the hit in, both of them, but was not enough. And again, both is a cut from the right and ends in a double. Nice back cut here from Clemeno, getting the first swipe in, and now using his momentum to pressure Kazu and getting his first flag. Nice exchanges here, and this time the first flag for Kazu, a nice sidestep, nicking the right arm, Clemeno, and now waiting a little bit with his leg attack after his parry, so it doesn't end in the double, and again, nice X sidestep. Snipes the hand. Able to get a little nick in, but no kill. But this time, getting his 5-3 now. Clemeno with a little bit of a lead, but it's still everyone's game. And the double here. Both going for the swing. And again the delayed swipe. Powerful attack of Sam, but can be interrupted. Now the double here is the best outcome for Clemeno, but not what he wanted. And the feint gets called out again with this left side step from Kazu, making it a close 5-4 fight. Yeah, getting into it, but the short still nicks Clemeno, and again the double. Try to leg attack, but this time Clemeno dashes forward. And now his first match point. But match not over. Kazu showing a great performance here, making it a close fight in this mirror match. Again, he's one who relies on this sidestep and it works again. And as always, if it's 6-6, maybe a little more quiet so both competitors can concentrate on the fight. Kazu takes it. Close round, close last flag. Clemeno with the push attempt. Unable to make it. We stay on the side, as Kazu only can take the left side. But it's 1-0 for the new one. Clemeno chained into Jacek. And Kazu going with Gideon. So both of them change. Let's see how this will perform. Now that we are out of the mirror, both now with more clear advantages and weaknesses. Jacek, really fast attack speed, nice jump in attacks going in and out. And again, Clemeno shows here interrupting the more slower attacks of Gideon, who has advantages of his own, being really tanky, having decent side steps and having 2 and 3 piece combination that can be nice tempo switch ups. But he has to get the right timing. The moment surviving because of the tankiness of Gideon, but still Jacek and Clemeno with an advantage here in the early, but we have that in the last fight, and we've seen a nice comeback from Kazu. The powerful swing of Gideon was enough. Jacek able to get 1-2 hits in, but Gideon being tanky. Enough, and again the little nick, making Jacek slower. But able to get the neck of Gideon and finish it up with a second strike. Now a nice switch up from the right foot forward to left foot forward, and this uppercut from this stance is deadly. Showing it here again and getting to a quick match point. And here finishes it off. Gideon's auto guard unable to prevail, and Clemeno with a decisive second win, and we go to a match 3 between those two. Kazu going back to Sam, and Clemeno going back to Jacek. Both of them the characters they won the round with, so understandable. But it's a new matchup, let's see how it will go. Jacek still having a speed advantage, but this time not as great as against Gideon. And Sam, I mean, they sidestep a nice slash into step here from Clemeno. Something that comes really surprising, as it's not that often used. But here, with the side stance, weakening his auto guard, Kazu getting a second flag. And again, playing with the whiff punish, or getting the right arm of Jacek after the swing. Both of them having powerful sidestep, and again, tried to stab. And both of them hit, but Jacek, known for having not the best of damage, losing this one out. And this time he's victorious, tried to punch it, but the sail was too short. Yeah, goes back to the more aggressive stance. Both of them trying to predict each other. Not a late cut. Nice try from Kazu, but Clemeno being patient and able to punish it, making it 4-3. Yeah, again, the double. And looking for the sidestep, and again moves the step. Combination of the upcut in the stab. 2 flags of Clemeno scores his way. And this time the double hit. At least it seems like it was enough. And Clemeno taking the lead, at least for now. But the trusty left side stabs from Kazu. At the moment his most successful move. Tying it up, and we have a close matchup on our hands here. And again the sidestep to the left, getting the arm. After a quick exchange, and Kazu on the cusp of winning it, but Clemeno is not out of it. But getting nicked here. Late cut, both gets blocked, and the sidestep was enough. Kazu takes this round in a close fight between him and Clemeno, and he advanced to the next round. 2-1, both have a good showing, nice fight. Let's see how far it will take them. Now, as Insignia is back, we'll go to the first fight, which is Venator versus Insignia. Venator already here. We will have Venator on the left side, Insignia on the right side. So let's see, quickly waiting for Insignia to reappear. You've seen him before in the chat, so it shouldn't be taking too long. At least we hope so. If not, we have to quickly keep skipping the fight until he is back. wait. Wait another minute, and if not, we go to the last fight of the first round. Seems at least Insignia is aware but not able to play for now. So we'll go to the fight Info versus Subutai. With Info on the left side. So sadly Venator still has to wait a little bit for his fight. Both of them are here. First one, and both of them are connected. So, Info will start. Left side. Subutai right side. Let's see how this match between those two will go. Now everyone should have the controls they need. Seems like it. Subu going with Barbas and Info going with Marta. Let's see how this fight will go. Marta, not that of a common character, but Info playing a little bit. Still keeping with the rapier, but going away from Marie, which are a lot more players now, and a nice stab here. Gets to the first kill. Marta being a little bit being slower than Marie, playing more in distance, and again, nice stab to the face. The advantages are that he has good side steps, actually swings that can blade beat, and a nice quick X step, but she has the same problem as Marie. If Barbas or Subu gets into range of a saber, she can have problem, and a dash, a grab, or not a dash but a grab, slightly out of measure, making it 2-2. And now, going with a long guard, but the chop gets quickly punished with a nice neutral X. And trying to sidestep, getting into distance, again Info tried to grab or push, but so keeping that slightly out of range. And now with a nice sidestep, countering the stab. For free. And now Marta with a back Y, being a menace with it. Punishing opponents if they push too far, but Info has to be careful. Subu looking for the sidestep to punish her steps. Again now, going around Marta, but Info able to counter now with a sidestep of her own, getting little nick in. Marta having nice wide side steps, but this time Subu just goes in. Info unable to punish us. It now goes for the push. Marta having a run up with the push, and she can combat in a lot of steps as we see here, but can't reorient yourself fast enough to be taking it in a 5-7 fight. Close match between those two. Let's see how the next round will go. Inferno going on the right side and Subu going on the left. Info staying with Mata, Subu staying with Barabash. And now tries to push, but her step gets blocked and Subu able to capitalize on it. Again, Subu with the side steps. Especially this left side step, where he wails the sword around, being successful, but not both with a nick. So being aggressive and getting rewarded for it, getting the right arm of Mata here. No side stuff of info, but the Barabash side step taking too much ground. As we see here, not only goes one step, but goes 3 steps to the left. And we have to find a way to punish it. Now, change of blades, and Barabash getting close in and getting the flag. Now try the back Y, but the chop having enough range. And unable to double here. Getting a chop in range, and now second one, a more dominant win from Subu. Taking a 7-0, and he will advance to the second round. So what we'll do for now, as I don't know if Insignia is here or not, just letting Insignia know if he's ready, he should ping me up, and then we'll make his fight next. We're having some fights left we can take before that. But for now, we'll skip it. So the next fight will be Abir versus Sava. And Abir will be on the left. Sava is here. And connected. And Abir also being here, so both competitors are here. And we'll go straight in. And Abir on the left side, Sava goes on the right side. Let's see if they can both control. Looks like it. Sava goes staying with Dennis. It's worked for him before, so he doesn't change that. And Abir going with Barabash. The Sava having a little advantage of played with a perspective before. So for the first fight of the persons, I will keep the corner cam on. After this, so after people all experience one time, we make it off. Again, Subu showing how effective the sidesteps are, especially with this perspective. If it doesn't move that much with it. And now this delayed attack gets called out, not the range Sava has hoped for. Again, try to punish the whiff. Not enough. Try to jump, but gets punished for it. Jump being a powerful attack, but able to punish it. And gets a block, and after the second block, in the animation, getting the hit, making it 3-2. But the quick dash in gets Abir's 4th flag. Then faking now. And the upcut was successful, but the downcut from Barbas being quick enough. Doubling it. Faking the Thunder Punch, but not going through with it. And now the side steps, but changing the angle can also be advantageous for your opponent. Getting the hand here. And again the side step to the left from Abir. Getting the kill. But this time, Sava was quick enough with his side step. But Ken takes this round. Abir taking it 1-0. We're switching sides. Sava now on the left. Abir on the right. And Sava going with Father Zera now. So now a longsword. Not the Isabel longsword, but a longsword nonetheless. And now with a nice left-right card of his own. Trying to step into the retreat card, but Abir moving forward, able to punish it. And again, nice size from Abir. Point seen is with a longsword more blending into the background, at least in my opinion. So it can be deceptive range-wise. Something you have to keep in mind. But Abir trusting in his knowledge of range, knowing when to go forward. But still having the problems. Father Zero obviously having more range, having good side steps. But sometimes having a high learning curve, because moves like this are nice to throw off the tempo, but having a long recovery time. And again, the back attack gets met with the chop. And the whiff of the side step, leaving him open, be able to make the upcut. Playing with the range. This time, Sava going with the 2-tempo move. And staying at the edge of his range, so be unable to punish it. As you see, this time only throwing one move. But the leg card not deadly enough. so it doesn't end in a trade. Again the sidestep, but a nice sidestep from Abia. Able to dodge the sword of it. And now with 4-6. Again, being patient. Now both with nice blocks, but Abia taking it. Winning his first fight. We see him in the later ones, advance to round 3. The next matchup will be me versus Kazu. Meaning, as I have to play now, it will be more or less camera movement. It will mostly stay on the side view. So let's see how this will work. I will start on the left side, Kazu on the right. As Kazu is always left, he will be on the left side, better side. And I will be on the right. And just wait if he's here. Here he is. So it will stay like this, and we will go into the fight. Everything seems to work. He stays with Sam. It's expected. Being victorious with him. Let's see how the matchup will go. Seems he has problem for caster, so let's wait if it fixes itself. Alright, laying something that's sadly unavoidable sometimes. Let's hope it fixed it itself. So just long guard if it's not longer lagging, or just forward moving forward. Let's hope it's not something that's from my internet, because that would be annoying. Right, Quart is trying to fix it, so we're having a quick pause here. In a close fight with a lot of doubles. And we'll go back. If he's ready, let's see. Technical problem is something that's normal for a tournament like this. Let's hope that it fixes itself. If not, we'll try with the reconnect. Sometimes it fixes itself. It's just a parsec problem. So here he is, getting back the keyboard, and let's see if it fixed itself, or if it's still bad. So it's fixed it, so we go back. in a close fight in the first one. The tempo switch up maybe was really unfortunate. But we go back to Tana, let's see how this works, and get the Isabel versus Tana matchup. Normally it's legit Isabel Fairbutt, but let's see how this will go. Because we go with Isabel himself, winning it here, and we go to a third match. I'm going to the Isabel mirror, but let's see how this one will go. to try the double here. In my opinion, the strongest character at the moment. But let's see, he's shown a good performance here. Also going to 3 matches, and we'll see him later in the lower bracket. So we'll go for now with the fight Orc versus Subu. Orc already being here. And we will have Orc on the left side, Subu on the right side. Subu also being here. So let's see if this one goes without legs. It was good that it just was a quick restart. Again, Orc on the left side, Subu on the right side. We have Orc staying with his Connor, Subu staying with his Barbash, and using the side steps as he used against Info. It is the left side of Connor. He has some problems with it, but Orc being a good player doing it, but also having to adapt to the new perspective. It's one of the fights between the most experienced players, these two. And Orc able to use his shield to his advantage, blocking the sword and delivering a cut of his own. Another double. Connor known for having good back attacks. His shield blocking a lot of attacks from the right side. And with his good backdash, having nice counters, but this time the chop goes through. The shield was not enough here. It's just Subu is still trying to sidesteps, getting a little nicked for it, and the leg attack wasn't enough. Shield blocks the slow sidesteps, but again, making a lot of steps to the left side, going past the guard. Barbash being a menace here. But you can't spam it like it, not against Orc. Delivering 2 cuts from the right side. Again, knowing where he holds the shield, blocking every attack Subu throws him in, at least here, and tying it up at 3 apiece. Trying the leg attack, but leg attack of Connor lands, making Barbash way slower. And Subu trying to play aggressive, but couldn't do it with a root. Again, sidesteps, push, not in range. Now the push of Connor, dashing in, pushing, unexpected, and able to make the kill shot. Again, trying the leg into the slow sidestep, but unable to capitalize on it. And now the double X cut. The second one being a little bit delayed, able to catch off guard, and Oak now. For opportunity to take the first round, try to steer again, and it ends in a double. This time, it looks like a Baitlinger and 2 quick slashes from Connor, giving the first round. Switching sides now. Subu now on the left side, Oak on the right side. We've seen a nice performance from both of them. Oak staying with Connor and Subu going with Alex. We've seen Saragaos playing Alex before. And with this perspective we see how much he changes with the movement. And here Oak will adapt. Both of them get it in again. And again this covered strike. Blocking the Y attacks. Now the leg attack goes through. Alex having nice forward movement with it, but ends in a double. And tried here delayed, but again the shield was in the way. We hear the known thump when the sword hits the shield. Now pushing in. And again only ending in the double. So and Oak able to fight off the aggressiveness of Subu. Has to find a way around that shield. Tried here, again with the pushing in, but Oak able to fend it off, making it 3-0. Again these quick slashes, staggering the advance of Dennis. This time able to tank this one attack and was able to deliver one of his own. So we get the first flag of this duel. Again, Connor, one of the best characters to fight off aggressive play, having a nice backdash and having good back attacks. As he covers himself with a shield with it. But again, nice, tried again with the windmill, double X cut, but having a long recovery if it fails. It leaves you open and Subu using that moment. Again with a riposte, a nice sidestep to the left, tying it up at 3 apiece. And here again Connor strikes, but not strikes hard enough. When Alex Blade finds the head of Connor. Both shoulders are hurt. Shield saves Oak. And ends in a double. And we're at a point where we see nice long exchanges between those two. Guards of both characters holding. This time sword of Alex. With the sidestep, getting past it. Making it 5-3. Oak aggressively pushes in but unable to hit with a follow-up attack. A little bit of luck here on the side of Subu. And here a lot of blade hits. Slow step hit it, Dennis, but Alex able to take the round. Now 6-3. And making a 7-3, we'll go to a third round. Nice match between those two, so we're adapting to Alex. The matchup stays the same. Let's see who comes out victorious between those two. It's not unlikely that we see this fight. We could see a rematch of this fight in later rounds. But first we have to see who will advance in the upper bracket and who will have to fight his way out of the lower one. Now something we see with shields more pronounced. A way different perspective. I've seen the open side of Connor. Getting a nick in here and then in the double. So we found a way to get to the shoulder, but not this time. Quick sidestep with the X card, finding Dinner's head. The Slayer attack doesn't land, and the back stab. Just doing a back move from the long guard. And getting the flag, and it ends in a double here. Again, this left X cut worked fine for Subu. He's trying again. Landing it here. Finding the perfect time for the riposte. Now Subu pushing, but can't get through. Now trying to leg attack, but Connor's defense is holding, at least for now. And the stab to the arm finishes Dinner's off. Nice aggressive play from Subu here, but Oak able to fend it off and winning this flag. Unlucky strike was in dice timing and a nice block in the animation and the leg attack to the right side, getting Subu the flag. As both shield characters, the legs are open to attacks, but having to find the timing for it can be difficult. But we see again Subu playing a little bit more defensive, waiting for his opening. Now 3 apiece. Close matchup between these two. And the upcut for Connor lands was close, but he gets it. But the sidestep of them is also landing. And sword clashes on sword, shields blocking attacks, and Subu able to find a way through the guard in these exchanges at long range for both of them. Again, trying to snipe the hand of the other, and this time Dylan's able to survive it, making more damage here than Connor. The Subu takes a slight lead, 5-3. Again, nice attacks on both sides, nice exchanges, ending in a double. Subu finding the way of the leg cut. Now Oak having to adapt. Now try the leg cut of his own, but Din is able to interrupt him in his attack, making it 3-6. The upcut lands, but Din is having enough attack speed to throw these attacks out, getting Connor. And a snipe to the head was enough. Subu winning this round 3-7 and advancing in the upper bracket or going to the lower one. So let's see. If Insignia is here, let's hope so. Venator already connecting. So, if Insignia won't be able to be here. Alright, he's here. Nice. So we'll have the fight of Venator versus Insignia. Venator will be on the left side. Insignia on the right. Here he is. Getting his keyboard. And this one will be the last one, which from the official first round. The winner stays. So don't disconnect if you won the round, and we'll fight Jesus. Again, Venator on the left, Insignia on the right. Venator going with Isabel. Insignia thinking about it. Having some options soon open. Let's see again. We see we have some lag. Alright. Now we'll try if it's just a thing in the character screen or not. At least let's hope so. Yeah, seems to be fine now. Insignia being a really good young player. Venator going with his main Isabel. Isabel, again, I would say the best character in the roster at the moment, but Jan, one of the best sabers, having the best stabs as a saber. Try to push forward. Able to do so. We're going to the high guard, and the high guard goes through the guard. It does it sometimes if you're hurt. But Insignia able to push forward relentlessly. Venator try again to set up the high guard. That's no 1-1. Jan was way more popular in earlier days, but kinda lost his popularity more than other to Sam. But Saber with a nice range, nice stabs. Okay side steps, gets beat there by Bauer. But Insignia is the one who plays him the most at the moment. Having some problems, but that's to be expected. Venator, one of the best player on the server, and going with Isabel, able to sneak in the dash into sidestep, make it 4-1. And it's Jan, nice step here. Steps one good tools, but this upcut from Isabel can be a real menace. And now trying to grab, and it successfully, and again the upcut. Having a chance to just go through the auto guard, which can be really frustrating. There's a wild card into the right side step, and Venter taking the first round. The matchup will stay the same, just the sides has switched. It's seeking now on the left side, Venator on the right. Let's see. Right, it seems to have quick legs, but working now. Let's see if Insignia is able to adapt. Venator dashing to the sides. But still a quick nick. And stab, both of them are hurt. But yet a little more. Out of stamina, retreating. Isabel having the speed and the range still to get the kill. Then dashing from side to side. From other range. Now slash into stab. Trying to bait the whiff. But Venator staying patient, knowing his range, and getting the kill here. Try it here with a snipe to the hand. Got Venator able to stay out of range. But this time the upcut wasn't enough. Jan able to get to the head of Isabel. And 1-2. Tried this YY or YX, the upcut, the downcuts from Jan, as from Bauerbuster deadly. With the first one, weren't able to hit it, but this corkscrew stab, having a lot of range, proving to be a good tool in the arsenal of Insignia. Trying again, made something out. Now hitting the leg. Nice switch up here from Insignia. Again, Venator with this lingering blade here after the high guard. Something really frustrating when you play against Isabel. But she gets corkscrewed again. But here Venator able to capitalize on the lingering blade, and this time the distance was a little bit too close for the corkscrew. But again, little nick, but nothing decisive. Okay, Insignia hoping to punish whiffs. But the high guard goes through. Venator now with a match point. Bring the X card into back Y. And the costly dollar leaves him wide open, making it 5-6. And again, if it ends in 6-6, we'll be a little bit more silent and see how those two will perform. But Venator again looking for the high guard. And Insignia tried to go for the stab, but Venator quick on the draw. Winning this round. And he will just stay in, as the next fight will be Venator versus Jesus. So again, Insignia is not out. After this fight, we will go to the lower bracket. And Jesus is here. And in the lower bracket, it will just be best of one. So be ready there to go with your best character immediately. But first, let's see how these two will perform. Jesus on the left, Jesus on the left side, Venator on the right side. Seem to work for Jesus. Let's see which character you will pick. The last one in this tournament who hadn't played. Having to wait the longest here. And Venator staying with his Isabel. Jesus going with Sava. So the first Sava tonight. Let's see how he will perform. Being one of the slower characters. At least what movement speed like. But having a really long saber. And the stab. With his can be deadly. As we see here, it was a kill for Isabel, but the dagger gets into her arm and was enough here. Ending a double. In this chop, with his little forward movement, having good range. He tried with the dagger, but it couldn't connect. Venator able to capitalize on it. Now again, both gets punished. And dashing in with an upcut. Being a 2-0. And this time, the forward Y, having a little bit delayed, and was able to block the Damocles. Now, both of them playing on with the long range. Snapcut goes through, but doesn't kill. Doesn't get to the shoulder. And again, the Y cut of Sava able to block the high guard attack from Isabel. This time, not the upcut, the down cut, but the upcut. Able to call out. And with a lot of dashes, but the dagger drives a little back. And Jesus. Again, nice Y cut, but Isabel getting a blade down fast enough, making it a double. And this time going forward, the dagger being a great tool here for Jesus, but whiffing here and can't get quite enough time to get back into his guard. Now trying with a delayed attack, which is a good idea, a lot of forward movement, but if he doesn't hit, at least the guard, Vinegar can punish it, now leading 2-5. And again the dagger lands, but doesn't make enough damage. Throwing the timing off, and both a little bit out of range, playing at the longest, having long weapons, and the slash into stab doesn't land. She's just getting the flag here. Again, going into the high guard, intimidating for the opponent, and try to delay it again, a late attack for Sava. Isabel having too long range, too fast speed. Another step to the head. Give Venator the first round. Venator, as expected, staying with Isabel. And see what Jesus, if Jesus will stay with Sava. He does. So we'll see a rematch. His matchup something we don't see that often. So it's a nice mix up, and here we see the side steps. This wide B side steps, especially from the left foot. One, if not the best side step from Isabelle, and nice try from Sava. Delaying his attack for a little bit, but when able to make it a double. And this time getting close, but didn't expect that, so it backs off. And slash into stab. Or enter pushing with his stabs. And Sava able to nick her. And now Isabelle being tired. Tried one last swing, it wasn't enough. Try here to go for the legs. And the upcut land. And displacing the arm. It goes not to her head, but slightly over it. And again, trying with this delayed into the stab of the dagger, but leaving it wide open to Isabelle attacks. Trying from the iron guard, low guard, stab lands, but can't capitalize on it. Both of them hit. Sava more than Isabelle. But Isabelle normally having more problems with getting it, and then in the double, both of them hitting their mark. And now with a tight cut to the wrist. Attack we don't see that often from Isabelle. And the dagger lands, but can't capitalize on it. Again, Venter playing with his long guard. And a tight upcut from the right snipes the hand again. Sava seems to have been some problems when it comes from the B cut side. No, hitting the leg, or at least the blade getting stuck in the feet. Restricting the mobility, and the posterior donner into stab. Makes it a double. And going for that move. And again the double. Wide swing. Again from Sava, and a tight cut with Isabelle. Again, this posterior donner moves. Going into a good stab. And a baseball-like slash, but obviously not the outer guard you want. And this time she's just able to find the gap into the attack pattern. Again, playing at the range, but having to look for the hand snipes. We are quite successful for Venator. And really close, and able to get the sword between him. Blades clashing, getting the tight upswing, but no kill yet. Still, Sava able to fight, but this time the stab after the slash landing. Venator now with his first match point. And the sword into dagger combo, getting both parried, and a quick snap card, getting him the kill. So, finishing the first two rounds of the upper bracket, we will go to the lower brackets now. With the first fight being Oak versus Insigni. And again, as a reminder, the lower bracket being best of one. Both of them are here. And this fight, we will see Oak on the left side. And Insignia on the right side. I expect a close duel between those two, both are being experienced players. And both of them are keyword players, so also something that is not uncommon but not the norm. And we expect a Connor versus a Jan. But let's see if Insignia stays. Goes with Barabash here. Okay. With the muscle memory going to the void map, but I can assure the void map looking really bad because the lighting is used for the normal view. And for this fight, after the flag, we will go without the little view of the bottom left, so we have only the normal, this camera perspective, as both have already fight with it. Insignia able to sneak through the blade over the shield. Connor normally blocking the side attack from the right, as we see with the Thunder Punch here, but you can go over it. And here with an upcut from the right, catching Barabash in the side step. Okay, now you see me playing a little bit more defensive. And going for the side step, landing it. We have seen Barabash countless times now. The side step be really good. Especially with the change perspective. But as shown also before, sometimes he's able to impose on it, nicking the arm. You most likely only need a little poke to get the flag, but you think you know with a poke of his own. But the upcut finishes Barabash off, making it 2-3. Nice retreat cut here. Now with a trick shot wasn't enough. And again, Barabash having, especially with chop attacks and Y attacks, sometimes hitting your shield, but also sometimes just going over the shield. And a nice block of the Thunder Punch. And riposting it with an attack of his own to the torso. And now with a shank. Oh, closing the gap, making it 4-4. Again. Yes, you know, he's thinking pushing forward, but unable to push off his own. It's a best of one, so who wins advances and who loses is out for this tournament. Again, playing more defensive, looking for the opening. Looking for the side steps. Again, trying with these windmill attacks, and this time the side step lands. Exactly at the time where Oak throws a punch of his own, making it 5-5. Close match between those two. Again, trying to push. Oak unable at the moment to avoid push it, but the Y-cut goes over shield again. Negative 5-6. Bang, back attacks of both of them. And the push goes through, and Insignia able to capitalize on it and advancing in the lower back kick. In Oak, with an unfortunate early out here of the tournament. Not having the best of luck when it comes to the draws, having to fight Insignia and Subutai today. But that's it sometimes. And we'll go to the next fight, which is Kazu versus Greyjaw. Greyjaw is here. Kazu is also here. And we will have Kazu on the left side. Greyjaw on the right side. Here we get his keyboard. So both of them more newer players, but we've seen good performances from both of them in this tournament, some more successful than others. And let's see what both of them will show us here. Kazu going with Samuel, and Greyjaw's going with Yendrik. Interesting matchup. Kazu being successful against Clemeno with Hassan, but Yendrik having a lot of a different fighting style than all other characters. Can you hear the first flag? Again, this time Greyjaw having the range advantage but not the speed advantage with most of his attacks. But that's the difficult part with Yendrik. As you have no sword, only the head of the axe is something that makes damage. But nice blocks here with both of them. Trying to go in with the wooden part, which is a useful tool to stun the opponent, which often ends in a kill, but it loses against a sharp blade. Here, nice dash in, catching Kazu off guard, and now with a back attack, the axe slices the arm. Henrik having a lot of movement speed, fast dashes. This time 2-tapped auto guard, and a kick to the leg stuns Yendrik enough. This time the auto guard held. Again, best of one, who wins this win, loses it sadly out. Fine again with wide swings here with Yendrik. Kazu keeping him more tight, but the jump attack doesn't land. And again, 2 slashes are enough. Playing this a little bit out of range. This time the sidestep lands from Sam, but the axe makes enormous damage. And was enough here. Sidestep to the right. Again, tried a similar thing, but this time it doesn't hit. Sam hits the same, making it a nick. And tried something to go to the left side, but the left X moves are the bread of butter of Kazu and the Sam. You know, pushed off offensively, hitting the B cut, but can't follow up. Again, getting in this melee wall is something that Yendrik normally don't want, as he has to play at the range of his X. Can you try to bait the attack? But Sam's outer guard is enough, and Kazu advances in the lower bracket. The next fight, also something we've seen, is Sava versus Clemeno. Let's see if both of them are here. Sava's here. Clemeno also here. So both of them are here. And it will be Sava on the left side and Clemeno on the right side. So Sava goes left, Clemeno right, even matchup between those two, especially in the best of one. But everyone's game here. Still, Clemeno going with his main character Sam. Sava goes going with Father Zera. One of the characters he's also maining. And a quick dash in from Clemeno gets him the first flag. Father Zera being the second longsword character. Other than Isabel, having more wide swingy moves. And normally expected to be, I would say he's not worse, but he's way more difficult to learn, as he gets punished a lot if he whiffs a slow move. And here unlucky the stab lands, but doesn't kill. Something that's not often happening, but this side stab, one of the great advantages Zera has. Tried here the back attack. Clemeno fishing for his hand again. And there's a delayed attack, hitting the hand, but the attack of Zera also comes through, making it 1-3 and a double. Step lands, but getting pushed aside with sword again. And 2 steps was too much for Sam here. But here, Clemeno being patient, waiting for the riposte attack with back axe. And poking the bait, and again gets the arm. What? The sidestep getting blocked, but Sam unable to reorientate himself, throwing the attack to the side, and it ends in a double again. Sidesteps the stab. But again, the sidestep attack into the sidestep attack. The least Sava gets is a double and the best is a flag. But getting again with the forward moving attack, forward Y or something like that. Nicking the arm. Being faster than Zera's attacks, and again. Sava trying to make something happen, trying to play with a longer range, and here plays nice with a stab to the head. Clemeno waiting for his riposte to get into range, as the attacks of Zera often takes him forward quite a bit. He's then trying to slow a sidestep, but Clemeno being active, getting in the animation and winning this round. So, now we go to the last of the lower bracket first round, which is cheeses versus info. We have cheeses on the left side and info on the right side. Jesus is here. Just have to quick wait for info. So slowly getting, it is to 12 people double elimination. It's a little bit of a longer tournament today, as it's the maximum with our play double elimination. But despite one little lag, we're getting quite good through it. Again, we have Jesus on the left. And info on the right side. Let's see what matchup we will get. Info playing Martha recently. Jesus seems to be a little bit of a problem, sometimes happening. We will have Martha versus Saba. Both characters, only these two play, at least in recent times in this tournament. She will win this best of one. And Saba able to get the lag. Interesting matchup. Saba not having the best move from his long guard, but having quite a bit of range. You see here, if you're trying to dash in, closing it, that's not enough. And Saba playing with a good range of a saber. But this time, trying a little bit of a trick shot from his long guard. But in this matchup, Martha way superior, doing nice steps. Oh, aggressively pushed forward, more late sidestep, and a slash to the head was enough. Info playing actively as a Jesus, both trying to find the opening, but at the moment Jesus getting the better of it. And again, the hit of Martha goes through, but at least in my experience, she's way worse aimed in the newer movie, often hitting just the arm or the shoulder, which can be quite difficult to play around. And Saba able to use those attacks to get into the range. Nice down cut, but this time Info dashes in and sneaks in a fast stab, and it lands. Make it 4-2. Not the forward push. It's land, but Info can't capitalize on it. Tries the slash here. I think it also gets a little bit of a hit, but Saba getting a way better trade here. Pushing Martha to the corner. Now she pushes forward. He gets in and gets the stab. Nice tempo change up here from Info. That's the thing with the Martha push. It moves there forward and is quite fast. But Jesus staying patient, countering the sidestep after it doesn't land. Now 5-3. Fishing with the dagger. Both throwing out of range, but hoping the other one will move into it. A nice sidestep here, getting the arm. But the leg cut surviving great damage. And she is now with a match point. And playing with a long guard as both rapiers having great stabs. And now getting a nick of the right arm. Ninja pushes forward, but Sava stays patient. Again getting a nick in. Now the slow slash. First one hits, but the second one gets blocked. And for trying desperately, still win it, but can't make it. And in this fight, Jesus will advance to the next round. We'll stay in the lower bracket. And we'll go with Insigni versus Kazu. Insigni is here, Kazu also is here. So both of them quick on the draw. Both of them using keyboard. And we'll have Kazu on the left side. And Insigni on the right side. Let's see how those two will perform. Again, Kazu on the left side, Insigni on the right side. Kazu as a new player showing a great performance tonight. But Insigni having to face Veneta in the first round. Trying to crawl his way back. And we see Sam versus Jan. One of the two more standard sabers. Again, the X-Cut land, but doesn't kill this time. But the corkscrew wasn't enough. Jan was too hurt. Kazu taking the first flag. Again, playing with the side steps. This time just forward moving Y-cut, I guess. Hitting in the movement to the side, Autoguard wasn't able to block it. Jan with 20 moves, but loses the hand here. Something Jan sometimes struggles. His animations can be really janky, and the riposte sidestep lands this time to the right. But chop goes in. Again, both getting a nick now, both being crippled. And having workable sidestep, but not the best. Those basically have to play in the center. And it ends in the double. Insigni trying to bait Kazu into range to whiff something. But no, both having their movement restored. In a close fight. And the little poke was enough to stun Jan. And Sam able to quickly dash forward, getting the kill. Making it 4-1. And again the left X landing, but not enough. Now for back attack. But the second left X getting Sam the kill. Now forward, both getting blocked. Kazu aggressively pushing forward, but can't capitalize on it. Insigni getting a second flag. Trying to shift the momentum here, but a really delayed attack. Something we rarely see for Sam. At least this from the right side. see me playing more patient. And looking, both of them looking for the other to make a mistake. And here, this is Signy trying the delayed attack, but this one just goes to the torso. In the cut of Sam lands in the head area and takes him as final flag. Kazu advancing in the lower bracket. So we go with Clemeno versus Jesus. Clemeno is here. And we will have Clemeno on the left side. And Jesus on the right side. After this fight, we go back to the upper bracket. So stay tuned for that. Again, Clemeno left side, Jesus right side. This one still being best of one. Winner advances, loser is out. Clemeno going with Sam. Jesus going with Kalk. Jesus being one of the few in this, but also a really great Kalkstein player. But we've seen Sam victorious more than once today. It will be an uphill battle for him, but he has the skill to win it. Clemeno also showing he can be dangerous. We start with a 1-1 here and see who will perform the best. Again with a double here, Kalk having a nice mix up of nice stabs and dangerous chops. As we see here, quick dash in with stab to the head. A little bit of a leg spike. Yeah, but both of them are fine again. Nice that it resolves normally. And this delay cut of Sam, dangerous because it has the chance to go through the outer guard. As it snipes the hand, but the stab lands. Sam unable to sidestep it. We see quick flags between those two. Can be a little bit defensive, but can't defend this one. Tied at 3 points. Trying the stab that worked for him again. And poking forward, and both get a hit in. So Clemeno can't follow up on the stab. But this one lands. At the edge of the range, it still hits the head of Kalk. Now something. Kalk tries again, but gets stabbed in return. With right foot and left foot, it can be quite tricky to deal with him. And he's able to get out a double. Clemeno saw an opening. And again the dash forward, catching Clemeno off guard. Tied 4-4, close match between those two. And a snipe to the hand, we see rarely against Kalk having one of the best hand guards, but So I'm able to get through it. Again, trying with the stab. Pushing forward. And now with a nice combination of the upcut into downcut. Punishing the stab heavy playstyle for Clemeno here. Now getting the blade beat. And spacing himself out. Raising the sword to dodge the blade beat and delivering a powerful cut. Clarkson is taking the flag, trying with the stab, but this time out of range. Both land, but now 6-6, so we'll be silently watching who of them of this epic match will advance and who will not. Clemeno able to edge out a win. A back and forth, especially in the last flag, but Kaik having problems with his stamina, unable to keep up. And he advances in the lower bracket. So we go back to the upper one. And the first fight will be Veneta versus Abir. Venator will be on the left side and Abir will start on the right side. Abir already here. Will be a close matchup between these two, at least I expected. Venator going back to Isabel, dominating with her. Abir also shown able to greatly work with a sidestep. We have a quick delay. So we're having this best of 3, then the other one is me versus Subu. After this, we'll see the lower bracket will advance basically to the fight for place 3, or who will be place 4. And we'll see the upper bracket final, lower bracket final, and then the grand final. So 4 best of 3s left and 4 best of 1s. At the moment, the surprise of the tournament, being Kazu, being a newer player, and being knocked out to the lower bracket, but still having a great run there. And maybe we will even see a rematch of the first fight, as Kazu and Clemeno advancing there in the lower bracket. But for this they both have to face one of the undefeated players, at least for now. Seeing more Alex and more Isabel than before, at least in my experience. But all in all, a variety of characters, with Sam and Barbash being main ones, but also seeing Marta play it, also seeing Sava play it. I've seen Jan play it. But let's see what will be the next ones. Venta's here, so we'll go to the fight of him versus Abir. Both of them are ready. Both of them looking for blood. and we'll most likely see a matchup between Barbash and Isabel, as we expected it. Back to best of 3, so after this one they have a chance to adapt. But again, Barbash being dangerous with his sidesteps, Venter showing why Isabel is so dangerous, but a nice sidestep here. Isabel unable to react to it. Looking for this down cut. And again, both with the sidestep, but this time the slash on Isabel finds the hand of Barbash, making it 1-1. Again, this time Barbash only feints, blocks the high guard, and ripostes with a Y attack. And this B cut, still a menace. Valentine, an expert in using it. And again, we are trying to feint the sidestep, but this upcut from the right, able to get the hands of it. But this time the Damocles high guard giving a little bit too much linger, and a nice sidestep now to the right gets Abir the flag, making it 3 on both sides. This time a stab, difficult to use against Barbash as the side steps are deadly, and Isabel's stab having a really bad tracking. But after the side step, and he's unable to get it, and here we see one of the deadly left running side step, I would say, of Barbash, making it 4-4. This time the high guard lands, cutting off the hand. Barbash unable to riposte from that. A lot of dashes. Low guard, something that not a lot of use in Isabel's, or not a lot used in Isabel's tool set. But again, Barbash moving backwards, and sometimes this backward movement is enough to weaken the outer guard. But this attack pushes Isabel too far forward. Barbash able to snipe the hand, and 6-5, as expected, close fight between those two. But the high guard again gives Venter the victory. Make it 1-0 in the duel between those two. Now, if you see a rematch, it was a close fight, so it's not unexpected. Abir found some ways to get to Isabel. And here's the snap card, with the signature moves of Isabel. Fast, deadly. And again the high guard. Seems like Barbash having problems when he moves to block it. Or it's just because Abir is trying to throw something exactly in the same moment. This time the sidestep works, getting perfectly into range, and the saber enough to cut the hand off. Little poke with a stab. We have feinting sidesteps, but this time Venter able to get into it. And the Damocles ending in a double, obviously having a good range and great damage, but leaves Isabel open, and again the snap cut. Barbash not having the longest recoveries, but some of his attacks leaves him open to exactly this attack. Here Venator trying something new on the low guard into the upcut, but Abir ready, punishing it. Then we'll go back to the more normal fight, which is in the center and Barbash looking for the side steps. Again, chop, and the high guard attack, too much damage. Both with the upcut here, both with the same idea, that both get a kill and a double. This time, side step from Barbash, superior, the horizontal cut, cutting off the hand. And Venator looking for the snap cut, and this time with a slash into the stab. And this is quite effective, but making it a double again. A lot of dashes, and this time the side step gets blocked. And the snap card showing why he is so feared against Isabel. Albeit looking to not lose into the linger, and again the snap card. Making it 2-0 and Venator advancing to the final in the upper bracket. So we go to the second one, which is me versus Subu. And I will start on the left side, Subu will go to the right side. Let's see which match will this be. So it's normal that, especially when the Elder Guard doesn't work, it is quite frustrating, but that's the thing in the game. If you have no active guarding, you have to rely on the passive one. So let's see how this matchup will go, if we see something similar. Again, me on the left side. Subu will be on the right side. We won't see a lot of camera movement. We see Isabel mirror. She's getting her way back into the players. Just quickly adjust camera things and then we'll stay on it. And so we'll see how this one will go. close fight here. 7-5. We're winning this one. And we'll switch sides. So now Subu on the left side, me on the right. And he goes back to Barabbas. So it's... Didn't like the mirror matchup. Let's see this one will go. Who's winning the second matchup? Also close fight. After switch to Barbas, so we'll go to a match 3. The last side switch. Let's see who will go this one victorious. close fight here. Lot of doubles. Especially in the first matchup. And a nice comeback then with Barbash in the second. And in the end, both being patient, both looking for the opening. And I'm itching a victory with it. But it's not over for now. We go to the lower bracket. And we'll go with the upper one, which is Abia versus Kazu. Abia is here. Kazu also here. And we'll have back to best of one. Kazu on the left side. Abia on the right side. Going back to the saber duels, most likely. And let's see if Kazu is able to continue his streak. Or if Abia is showing where he is at this point one of the best players on the server, especially with Barbash. Both in red. And the chop, one of the awesome moves. It can go through the outer guard. And it's a little bit of sun dive, I would guess. But this left X will be a great tool in Kazu's arsenal, especially against the left X's of Barbash. And we are being aggressive, pushing forward and getting rewarded for it. And again, Kazu throwing things, hoping that the opponent dashes in, but Abia being patient, waiting for his opening, punishing the whiffs. And again, the flag from Kazu comes from his left X. Second time he finds Abia in a sidestep of his own. But this time it goes to the right, catching Sam off guard, making it 2-4, a quick match between those two at the moment. Gonna be pouring the guard, but especially this attack opens up Sam, and Abia won't get his opportunities past him. You know, being a bit more patient, playing defensive. Now again with sidestep, delayed cut, going with awesome, going to void, and especially these left X's again. Trying to chop here, playing a little more in the center. And Sam able to snipe the arm. That was in an attack move, I would say. But catching the arm here for Sam, that'll be the first match point. 6-4. A nice riposte again to left X. Kazu with a great performance here. Both of them now waiting patiently, not wanting to get reposted. You also have to be aware that both of them shown that they can win this fight, and it's the last flag, so we'll be silent again and see who of them will win this close fight. Abir pushes forward, tries to go for it all. But after the second one, Kazu finding the opening and was able to upset the odds, advancing to the lower bracket final. Great performance until now. Abir showing why he is feared as Barabash. But I have to go now after this close fight that goes to all flags and ends in 6-7. Expect the next fight, second to last in the lower bracket, will be Subu versus Clemeno. And directly after, go with there. Subu also here. After this fight, we will go back to the upper bracket. The upper bracket final, me versus Venator. We'll start with the Sims fight with Subu on the left. And Clemeno on the right. If Clemeno is able to win this one, you face Kazu again, a matchup we saw in the first round, and again we'll see Sam versus Barabash, as we've seen in the fight before. It was a close one. It was an interesting one. Let's see how these two will perform on their respective characters. And we see the first double of I Will Sex Mini. Clemeno, someone who uses a lot more move, but here throws the cut over the arm. And now both the nick. And the upcut goes through, hitting the arm again, giving Subu his second flag. Now both sidestepping, but Sam sidestep just hitting the leg, or just, it was a hit. But Barabash cut far more deadly here. And Subu looking for these reposts. The moment Clemeno don't having an answer. Having to adapt here, like this one, also using the left X Kazu used against Abir. And now both is nick, but Sam being crippled. And nicked again. And Clemeno unable to make it a double. Subu taking a lead here. Clemeno have to find a way to swing the momentum, like this. This time his wide Y sidestep works, and he is quick enough to follow it up. And unlucky here. But I was ducking a little bit under it, so it's only a double. Now back attack works, but he can't capitalize on it. Barabash visibly being hurt, but the upcut still goes through and having enough damage. Sidestep try, blades clash, but the whiff ends in an upcut from Subu, who wins it in a nice showing, 7-2. So we go to the upper bracket final now, not like shown there. And we go with me versus Venator. It's most likely it's second to last best of 3. We're decently in time. It will be Venator on the left side. And I will start on the right side. Now let's see how this will go. If we will go, at least I expect the first one to be a Isabel mirror match. See if after someone will change or not. And it will be normal Isabel versus redhead Isabel. It is showing a dominant performance of Isabel, winning 7-1. This one a little bit closer, but Venator still able to win it with 2-1 lead and advancing to the finals. And now we'll see you go victorious from Kazu versus Subutai. Kazu able to get to the semi-finals of the lower bracket. Only one win between him and the first medal. And here we have Kazu on left side. And Subutai on the right side. Let's see who will get into the final of the lower brackets and face me, and maybe after that get into the grand finals and trying to face Venator. Kazu going with Sam, it worked for him. Super going with Barabash. We've seen this matchup now a lot of times. Both of them victorious in their respective one. But Subu getting the sidestep here. Sam's attack seems to go over the arm. And again, these upcuts. Subu jumping to a quick lead here, being a far the favorite here, but Kazu already having upset one Barabbas. Again, these upcuts from the right side. Sam unable to react to it. But this time, finding the timing of the riposte from this more chop-like attack. Both more patient. Trying again the sidestep. From a lower horizontal thrust. And Sam gets the better of Bara here. Both with the sidestep, but Bara's sidestep comes out faster. So we're a little bit quicker on the draw. Gets the kill here instead of the double. And again, these B upcuts, a problem with Sam's movement, it seems like. This time, he blocks it with the dash, but still ends in a double. This time also dashes away from the sidestep, trying to combine something, but both end neutral. And delayed cut, both of them get hit. Both of them getting tired. But now, regenerating, and the X sidestep. Kazu getting known for it, using it perfectly to counter the Barabbas sidesteps. And sword clashes, both guards hold. And double again. Oh no, dash shot cancelled into a late sidestep. Again, something we don't see that often from Sam. But sidestep of Subu, and he gets the match point. 4-6. But Kazu already come back from one. But this time, Subu waits patiently, sees the attack coming, and delivers a B cut. Kazu getting knocked out in the semifinals was the surprise person of the tournament, but was stopped short by Subu, who now faced me in the lower bracket. We're getting rematch from the first one. Subu stays on the right side. I will go to the left side. And let's see if we have to face Venta again or if Subu will bring a new challenge to him after this round. This one, the last best of one for today. Subu going with Jan. A little bit more range, more fighting in the center, better steps, but not that great of side steps. Let's see if it works better for him. close fight again here. 6 to 7 minute ends. And Subu winning this one. In the end. No. Me getting the third place and Subu, after losing to me in the upper bracket, winning now in the lower one and having to face Venator in the grand final. We will have Subu on the right side, Venator on the left side. Most likely Subu has to face another Isabel. But it's beaten me twice, got beaten twice, so let's see how we'll perform here. Staying with Jan, it was a close fight, but it worked for him. Let's now see how we can do in a best of 3. Able to snipe it here. You see, Venta is a better Isabel player than me. Let's see how he will handle the Jan. But also Subu has to beat Venta in 2 best of 3s. As he comes from the lower bracket, Venta only has to win 1. And again, the late stab into the slash. But this time, the combination of left-right getting Venta his first flag in this final. Now getting the stab in, but no kill. Jan able to recover in time and able to counter it at this close of a range. And the up card powerful, but loses to the down card of Jan. So we're jumping to an early lead here. Having faced this matchup now 1 time, but again, B into X, this time right to left. And the snap card here. Tried to the late step to catch Venta off guard, but he stays patient. Look for the opening. Both of them hit. Corkscrew doesn't land. Now Jan, the third one was too much for him. The auto guard unable to block this one, and Venta able to tie it up at 4 apiece. Sidestepping it here, nicely done. And going into the white B. Taking the first lead here. So we're trying to push forward and able to hit it. Forward Y, hitting the head. 5-5. And the high guard attack gets through, hitting the arm. And Venta trying to side dash, threatening with the high guard. And Jan winning this exchange, and a 6-6, so we'll be silent and watching this fight between those two. Nice step here, sniping the hand, and Subu taking the first round in this final. So obviously both of them staying with their respective character. And we'll see the rematch. Subuno twice victorious with Jan. Maybe he found his character against Isabel. Showing here the stabs, a deadly tool against her. And Jan being one of the best saber with stabs. And one of the best characters in general with stabs. And this time Venture able to get the left shoulder hit in first. And can come up with a second one. Two hits, not enough. And the upcut again loses to the downcut for Jan. And blades clash, we've seen. And nice stab again. Blades hit. Both of them are injured. Isabel normally having more problems with stamina than Jan. Subuno throwing these side steps out, but only hitting the guard. They're able to recover his stamina. But Jan taking it here. And now the high guard of Venator making it 3-2. You see things that happen because of, I guess, buttons were connected. That's the reason for the zooms, but we are 3-3. That's the thing, this tournament was a little bit more center, most of the time more zoomed out. For better graphics, and a nice snap cut from Venator again. There are way more ways to play this. The most chaotic one is just pushing F8 and see what will happen. Here's a 2 hits, 3 hits. Was cheated off his stab, but gained the flag anyway. Taking 3-5 lead. But especially these retreating upcuts, losing to Jan's downcuts. Try the snap cut again into high guard, but Subu able to move into the gap and having enough range to hit the head. She still recovers from that Damocles high guard. If Subu wins this one, we'll go to the grand final, where both of them have to win 2 rounds. But Venator not taking the match point. Maybe we'll see another 6-6 fight. Trying the stab, slashes. Getting a nick in, but not enough. At this time the high guard was in range. Venator tying it up at 1 apiece. And now for this best of 3, the final matchup. Venator now on the left side, Subu on the right side. Most likely we will see again Jan versus Isabel. It's been great matches. See who comes victorious, and we see the end for today, or we will witness another best of 3 between those two. Alright, we'll zoom a little bit more in, so we have better graphics. At least I hope so. Alright. Seems like this game is not expected to having more zoomed out. It's a little bit sad because the sim mode can be fun. But with this one we have good graphics, both of them can recognize and throwing to the side of each other. It could have been a double earlier, but now it's a double later. And the side stab, again Jan wins this against the upcut. That's, I would say, the greatest buff Jan has. He wins against the upcut. So we're now dashing to the side. High guard doesn't land. But the snap guard does. Man get 1-1. Again, upcut, long linger here, or long delay, and the step try gets punished with a quick slash from the top. Try with the A-cut, doesn't land. Seems the A-cut not the best tool against Jan. And the slash into stab, too close range. Jan able to again showing this nice damage. And again gets in the high guard, the left arm of Isabel. Pushes forward, gets nicked for it, so both are wounded. Moving to the side, and the snap cut again. Venator being quick on the draw. And the double after the back X. And dashing to the right side. And just trying this corkscrew, doesn't land. Side steps from Subu. And will end in the neutral state. Both guards hold. And now both of them don't hold, but it was not enough for a kill. Again, Vento with a stab, dashes, and now the Y into X. 4-2. And a double. So we're able to get the second attack out in time. And goes for the high guard. Threatening this great range and damage. And now a nice A upcut. Then in the torso. Venton now with a decisive lead. 5-2. Let's see if can swing the momentum. He has to be careful with his chops. Blade doesn't linger enough, but also not in range for the counter attack. No. Both eyeing each other at their maximum range. Again, nearly in range for the linger, but also nearly in range to counter attack. And double Y. Now Venator having adapted to the matchup, having faced it now before. But this time, Jan getting the better, and the double high guard goes through. Again goes through that high guard. But the stab goes to the arm, not the hand. This stab goes to the wrist. And Subu comes close, but was not able to beat Venator Isabel. Making it 2-1 in the final and Venator winning this tournament. This was Subu able to give Venator the only defeat in this round, this tournament. Getting second place. I'm getting third. Kazu with a great performance, getting the fourth place. Yeah, the camera at the end was going a little wild. Seemed to something have nicked itself. But overall, it was most of it as expected for this tournament. But we'll see next week most likely. But the special thing there, not yet decided. If someone wants to throw something in, I'm open to it. If not, most likely I will look into something like Right of Way or going back to non-lethal weapons. But see you then, and still have a great night.